Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see today, this video is going to be slightly different. I was pulling cards today for both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, and as I was pulling the Divine Masculine cards, I was really shocked with what was coming out, and so I've decided to upload the masculine and feminine videos separately. And the reason I was feeling that way is because I have never done a reading with so many major arcana cards. So you can see in the Divine Masculine's heart space, it's all major arcanas. And then we've got one in their head space, and then we've got two in their 3D space. So I really wanted to focus on this reading separately. In the last video I uploaded, it came across through the cards and through what I was channeling that a lot of the Divine Masculines were having a heart center awakening. They were getting in touch with their spirituality and what they believe in, and a lot of them were possibly awakening to this twin flame dynamic, whether they know it to be labelled as twin flames or not. And I feel that a lot may have happened for the Divine Masculines between that reading and this one. So, looking at their headspace, this is showing me with the Ten of Wands, they've got a lot of burdens at the moment. They may have a lot on their plate, and this is taking time in their heads because they've also got the Nine of Swords, which tells me that they're experiencing possibly a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, they're worrying about things. And when I was pulling these cards, I really got the sensation that this was to do with not only their divine feminine. I think that's got a lot to do with it, but everything that's unfolding for them in their lives at the moment. And I feel that that's directly related to their heart chakra opening and balancing, and allowing in new perspectives of a spiritual nature, so less logical and the physical here and now. Got to see it to believe it. So I feel that they're becoming aware of burdens that they've always had, and this is really taking up a lot of time in their minds. They're worried, anxious about it. They want to have a clear road ahead. They want this all to just kind of fall away and just have a smooth move towards their future, whether it's with you or just in life in general. I feel that there's a lot going on. However, they know that in order to move past these burdens that they're holding on to and get through these worrying, anxious times, they have to experience a death of the old. So this card never equates, sorry, I don't know why I'm shaking so much today, but this card never means a literal death. So in this sense, I feel that the Divine Masculine is aware that a big shift, a big transformation needs to take place before they can release these burdens and get through whatever's going on in their heads. I think that they know that they have to end some things, close some doors before they can open new doors or go in new directions. And through this, with this deck, the Seven of Pentacles is about everything looking desolate and destroyed, but seeing that things can still be salvaged, things can be saved. And I feel that the Divine Masculine are really understanding that a shift needs to take place. They need to let go of some of their burdens in order to be able to reassess the debris left behind, and that could be from their interactions, their time with you, their Divine Feminine, or just everything in their lives in general. And in their heart space, they've got a lot going on here. They've got the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, Devil, World, and Justice. And so again, I'm really feeling that this has got a lot to do with what came up in the previous video of their heart center awakening, opening. I feel that with this Wheel of Fortune, a lot of the divine masculines may have been hit with karma, and I don't mean that to be like they're getting everything horrible happen to them from being horrible people or doing horrible things. Everyone gets karma, and you don't have to be a horrible person or do horrible things in order to get it. But we all have to face our choices, the consequences of our choices and actions. And I feel that the divine masculine are getting hit with this hard. And this can also be positive karma, so they could be along with all this burdensome anxiety that they're experiencing, they could be having good things coming to them at this time that really helps them assess what's good in their lives and what's not quite going right in their lives at the moment. And with the Judgment card, this tells me that there's a rebirth, there's a renewal. So I feel that a lot of the divine masculines are waking up either because of karma, or I mean, this could also be understanding the karmic ties and connections with either the karmic partner or past relationships, friendships that they've had, as well as with you, the divine feminine, if that's who's watching this, or divine masculines could be watching this to make sense of what's going on with them. But yeah, I feel that this could also be kind of an awakening to having made promises or contracts before coming into this cycle of our lives here on earth, and being aware that there's just more to some of the significant people in their lives than they first thought. And so this is just bringing up a whole lot of clarity. They're looking at themselves. They're possibly doing a lot of shadow and ego work, especially with this Devil card. I feel that this is all brought to light their negative or self-sabotaging behaviors, patterns, thought patterns, addictions, and that doesn't have to be anything like drugs and alcohol. It definitely can be, but anything that the divine masculine could be doing in excess. And I feel that in their heart space, how they're really feeling is that they know that they need to move through and sort all of this out, release it, clear it, in order to come to a completion with things that no longer serve them, the burdens and the anxiety, and possibly looking at things as unsalvageable. Maybe some of your divine masculines are really quick to leave situations that are difficult or confusing, and I feel that the masculines are really coming to a new way of thinking, a new clarity. And so they're putting an end to a lot of this. And because of that, a lot of things are going to be getting balanced out within their lives. So they've got the Justice card here, and then in their 3D space, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm so shaky. I'm sorry. But they've got the Justice and the Temperance, which is both to do with balancing out things. So Justice, to me, is more balancing out literal, logical things. Sometimes this can be a card of legal natures, so court cases, custody battles, things like that. And then the Temperance card to me is more about balancing the mind and the emotions. Other people may read this differently, but I typically read cards through intuitive means rather than literal by the book meanings. And so this is normally what these cards mean to me. So I feel that this heart center stuff that's going on with the divine masculine is really showing them what needs to be balanced in their everyday physical lives, almost like their emotions have hit and they're like, oh, okay, I need to make these changes in order to see these changes occur in my physical life, and through that my emotions will start to level out, or I'll start to see and think more clearly because of it. And so in their 3D space, I do see that they're working towards this balance emotionally and spiritually as well. which is quite funny that they're in the opposite sides, the heart space and the 3D space. Um, but it's possible that for a lot of the divine masculines at this time, it might be a little bit easier for them, or a bit more crucial even for them, to be doing this emotional balancing in their 3D spaces, because we've also got the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords and the Tower card happening. So this could also be, some divine masculines maybe working through past self-sabotaging behaviors of anger or depression. There's a lot of intense feelings coming out of these cards for me for this reading. So I feel that it might be really imperative that the divine masculines do sort out their emotions and possibly the way that they react to situations in their lives. But with the Six of Wands, they're victorious in doing some of this. So I feel that a lot of the balancing is taking place, and some of this will be naturally happening from them getting their spiritual understanding of what's going on below the surface, understanding connections that they didn't understand earlier. And I feel that this is helping them move through the feeling of being neglected or left behind and abandoned. And this doesn't have to be necessarily from their divine feminine. This can be past traumas, childhood wounds, and they have to make a decision about how they move forward and what they do with all of this new knowledge, because either a tower is happening, a tower moment, so everything's falling apart, which I think that a lot of things will be taking place for the divine masculine, both negative and positive, as far as 3D thinking goes, and they have to make a decision about how to move through that. For some of the divine masculines, this could purely be a mental and emotional tower moment, and they need to sort through all of this new stuff that's coming to their conscious awareness in order to make sure that this doesn't occur in their physical lives. So some of them are possibly also becoming aware of manifesting, and how what you think and feel really does trigger your reality, what you experience in your reality. And so a lot of the divine masculines could be working on balancing out their thoughts, feelings, behaviors, in order to really get on the path that they want to be on. And I feel with the Tower card, that often to me represents transformations, just like the Death card. And I just feel that there's just so much going on with the divine masculines at the moment. And remember that we're in a twin flame dynamic. Our twin mirrors us, and we mirror them. So when these situations are going on for the divine masculine, the divine feminine may be feeling quite, you may be experiencing some anxiety, you may be going through some transformations, you may be assessing what no longer serves you that you've always done, or you may be having a bit of a tower moment in your life, and closing some chapters. And just try to be aware of whether this is yours to own and work through, or if it could possibly be coming from your twin. And yeah, just really use your intuition at this time. If there is anything that you need to release or work through or reassess, if any of this is resonating for you, remember that we all have that we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So this could be relating to a lot of the divine feminines as well. So yeah, just use your intuition. What do you need to work on? Is there anything that you can do to release? And as a mirror to your masculine, this also helps the process with them. So yeah, I hope this reading hasn't been too confusing. I hope I haven't spoken too fast. I'm sorry for the shaking, But this was just a really powerful reading that I wanted to get out separately, and I will upload the feminine side of this reading at a later time. Also, if this doesn't resonate with you, this is a general reading for the Twin Flame Collective. So this may just make absolutely no sense to you, not resonate at all. Maybe a couple of cards do and the rest don't. Just take what does resonate with you and leave the rest. Don't let this freak you out. So if you're not going through any of this and your twins are not going through any of this, don't start focusing on it and thinking, oh my gosh, it's coming, it's going to happen, or it's not happening, so it's not my twin. It doesn't work like that. We're all on different timelines. Our energy hits differently at different times. This may have already occurred for you, or it may occur in the future, or it just may not be a part of your story. So yeah, just take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you would like a more in-depth look into your own situation, your own twin flame dynamics, then please feel free to contact me on my website. I do give personal readings, so if this kind of resonates with you and you would like to know more about your situation, feel free to look at my website. I'll put the details in the description box below. So yeah, I'll see you all in the Divine Feminine reading. Thanks, bye.